Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome back to another Soulful Saturdays with Saylor. Ooh, that's me. This is where we empower your spirit and build a strong sense of self. And let's be real, life is on the move. So let's pause for about 40 minutes or so. Yep, hit that pause. Let's reconnect to this amazing powerhouse that's within you. Make sure to tune in every Saturday for your weekly dose of spiritual connection and soul-fueled goodness. And if life happens, because let's be real, it does. No worries. Catch all of our sessions anytime on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Oh, and don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit it. Join our community. And you know what? All those things that you should be doing you haven't done yet, go ahead, hit the button. We'd love to have you part of our community. And when you are, you get to stay connected and be the first to know when our latest fantabulous sessions drop. We're here to support your spiritual journey, and we don't want you missing out on a single thing. So hit that button. Yes. And what you may also want to do is share this with someone who could benefit from these messages. Yes. They may want the shift. They may want to hear how they can help improve themselves. We are here to help individuals improve who they are 1% each and every day, connect to who they're truly meant to be. And that's why we put these sessions together. So please share this with someone you know who will enjoy the message. And before we dive all the way in, let me give you a quick peek on how we like to roll things out. Every Soulful Saturday, this is crafted with love, and sass, which I like to call Sailor sass. And it's just the right dose of soul-searching magic. Absolutely. Designed just for you. Absolutely. We kick things off with a nice warm welcome. This way, just to get your week hype session on, to set the tone and spark some excitement. And then we'll do a beautiful centering moment with a meditation or mindfulness practice to ground you, calm your mind, and open that beautiful heart of yours. And after that, we'll dive into the juicy topic of the week. Yep. This is where I'll share the how-tos to help you take action and the benefits of bracing these ideas, and even a personal story or two to help keep it real and relatable. And finally, we'll close it out with a reflection and an actionable takeaway so you can carry it into your week to start making those soulful changes right away. Absolutely. Whatever your reason is for being here, we thank you. And we are hopeful that this session will guide you on your spiritual journey. Grab your journal, grab your cup of coffee or tea, find that comfy place, right? No distractions, because we're going to get started. It is my pleasure to be your spiritual leader. This is our third week of February, with our theme being love and self-compassion. And this month, we're all diving deep into the essence of love. But not just the love that we give to others, because we do that freely, right? But how about the love that we extend to ourselves? Absolutely. So our session today, this week, it's all about embracing those lovely imperfections. Yep. Yes, I said lovely imperfections in one sentence. I did, and I said it again. Here's the thing. If you've ever beaten yourself up over a mistake or let a past failure dictate how you show up today, yes, this one's for you. This session is going to be amazing. And who hasn't beaten themselves up, right? Right? I have. Absolutely. I'll admit it. Honesty is the best policy. And we're going to give ourselves permission to mess up and Still love who we are on the other side. Because guess what? Messing up doesn't make you a failure. Mm-mm. It makes you human. And today we're going to dive deep into our forgiveness, letting go of the past and embracing our growth. And trust me, you're not alone in this. We're all in this beautiful, messy journey together. And before we dive into the deep stuff, let's take a moment to reset. Because let's be real, half of the time, we're carrying around the weight of all of our mistakes like an overstuffed purse. Seriously. And we refuse to clean it out. Sound familiar? Yep. So let's pause. Let's take a breath and make some space for a little self-love. Get comfy. Close your eyes if you want to when we're ready, right? Because this is going to be a wonderful meditation. It's going to be a moment for you to just be, to step out of that chaos of the week, the overthinking, the self-judgment, and the why did I do that spirals, right? Yes, right here, right now, we are creating space for healing, self-forgiveness, and growth. All right, it is time for us to get comfortable. Now you could be seated, lying down, or even standing up, whatever feels good to you. Let your hands rest wherever they fall naturally. And if you feel safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Now, disclaimer, if anyone's doing this in your car, please do not close your eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Please still stay focused on what you are doing or pull over. Thank you. All right. We're going to go ahead and continue with our meditation. And let's begin with our breath. Yes, we want to focus on breathing. So take a deep, slow inhale through your nose. Feel your belly expand as you fill your lungs completely. Hold it for a moment. And now exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension that you might be holding on to. Ah, that feels so good. Let's do it again. Inhale deeply, breathing in clarity, love, and self-compassion. Yes. Hold it, letting that energy settle into your body. Yes. And as you exhale, release any heaviness, guilt, or shame that you've been carrying. Release it. Let it go. And one more time, this time with intention. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take in a deep inhale. And as you inhale, say the following words. I breathe in self-acceptance. Yes, I breathe in self-acceptance. And as you exhale, I release self-judgment. Yes, you do. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow your shoulders to relax. Yes, very good. Now, imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. This isn't just any mirror. It is a reflection of your true self. Yes. Visualize yourself standing in front of that mirror with the reflection. This is of your true self, beyond the mistakes, beyond the self-criticism, beyond the old stories that you've told yourself time and time again that you are not good enough. Yes. See yourself in the mirror, strong, resilient, worthy. See the version of you that has already grown, that has learned from every challenge, that is standing, still evolving, still full of possibility. Yes, yes, you are still standing. Yes, you are evolving. Yes, still full of possibility. That's you. See that version of you. Yes. Now let's invite our affirmation into this space. Say it softly to yourself or just listen and let the words sink in. I release the past and embrace my growth. Yeah. I release the past and I embrace my growth. Feel the truth in those words. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are a work in progress, and that is beautiful. Say it again, and this time, let's say it with full intention. I release the past and embrace my growth. Yes. Picture the weight of those past mistakes falling away. Like the leaves drifting off of a tree, no longer needing to be held. Watch them float down, disappear, dissolve, because they no longer define you. No, they no longer define you. You're allowing those leaves to fall effortlessly as you release the past. And one more time together, let's say it. I release the past and embrace my growth. Yes. Yes. Now take another deep breath in and sigh it out. Yes. Slowly bring your awareness to your body. Hello. Yes, hello. Wiggle your toes, roll your shoulders, and when you're ready, you could gently open up your eyes. And how do you feel? Do you feel lighter, more at peace? This, yes, what you just experienced is the power of self-forgiveness. Yes. I want you to take a moment. I want that to settle in. Allow it to soak in. You just gave yourself the gift of release, letting go of the past and stepping into your growth. And guess what? That wasn't just some good feel moment. No, that was real, powerful, and necessary. Meditation helps us shift our energy, and we also need to shift our mindset. And let's talk about how to actually reframe those mistakes from stop dwelling on the past to creating a self-forgiveness practice that sticks, right? Yes. And even though you've taken a deep breath and let some of the good old baggage go, but let's get real. Because while it's nice to say, I release the past and embrace my growth, some of y'all are still clinging on to your mistakes, just like that beautiful designer handbag that you just can't let go of, right? Yeah. But if you practice it on a regular basis, it gets easier because it is time to put them down. It is time to let them go. Mistakes are part of the package deal of being human. You don't get through life without tripping a few times. But the real question is, are you using those stumbles to step up, or are you just lying there replaying them over and over and over again? And today we're going to flip the script. We're shifting from self-judgment to self-growth, from dwelling to doing, and from guilt to grace. Yes, we're going to talk about how to see mistakes as stepping stones and not stop signs. Why past failures don't deserve free rent in your mind, and how to create a self-forgiveness practice that actually works. So if you're ready to stop dragging your past around, kind of like your ex, your bad ex, well, okay, let's get to it. It's all about loving yourself through mistakes. And the first note we can talk about is reframing mistakes as opportunities for growth. Because let's be real, nobody likes messing up. It's uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing, and it often leaves us questioning ourselves. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Think about it. How many of your biggest lessons in life came wrapped up in a moment where you fell flat on your face? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Growth doesn't happen in perfection. It happens in the mess, the missteps, and the moments where you have to figure things out the hard way. Yeah, it's true. Sorry, a little tough love moment there. And here's the thing, you can reframe it. Instead of saying I failed, say I learned. Mm-hmm. You could also ask yourself, what did this mistake teach me? How can I use this to grow? Mistakes are not more than just feedback. The universe, God, life, whatever you believe in, isn't punishing you, it's teaching you. And when you start seeing your mistakes as teachers rather than enemies, you take back your power. You do. And how are we able to stop dwelling on past failures? Oh, you know that mental rerun, playing that mistake over and over like it's your favorite, or like, let's be honest, your least favorite episode of a bad reality show? We all do it. Yes, we all do it. I do it. I still do it. But I don't let it play for long, because what I do for myself is exactly what I'm helping you do for yourself. Yes, because we all do this. But let's talk about why we need to stop. Dwelling doesn't change the past. It doesn't fix what happened. All it does is keep us stuck in this moment that's already gone. The moment's gone. And let's be real, you deserve better than to be living in yesterday's mistakes when today's opportunities right now are in front of you. And you know it doesn't work? You ready? Beating yourself up over it. Overanalyzing every little detail and letting one mistake define your entire worth. Let's talk about what does work. Acceptance. Acknowledge the mistake, but don't let it take up permanent space in your mind. Self-talk check. Hello. Would you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself about your mistakes? Think about it. If the answer is no, it's time to change the script. And how about redirection? Every time your mind drifts back to that mistake, remind yourself, I did the best I could with what I knew. Now I know better, so I'll do better. Yeah. And here's a little action step for you. Next time you catch yourself dwelling, shift your focus. Instead of thinking, I can't believe I did that, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move forward? Yeah. And about creating that self-forgiveness practice, hello. You're going to want to master this. Forgiveness is often something that we extend to others. However, what about to ourselves? Holding on to guilt and self-judgment only keeps us weighted down. It keeps us in the past. Self-forgiveness isn't about excusing your mistakes. It's about learning from them and setting yourself free. So here is a little couple steps that you're going to want to take to practice your self-forgiveness. Number one, own it. Hello. Step number one, own it. And own it without shame. Acknowledge what happened, not with guilt, not with self-hate, but with honesty. And say to yourself, yes, I messed up. And that's okay. Number two, extract the lesson. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can this help me grow? If your mistake led to a new level of wisdom, it wasn't a wasted moment. It was a lesson. Yes. So extract the lesson. And number three, release it. Picture yourself carrying a heavy backpack full of all your past mistakes. How big is it? How heavy is it? Yeah, it's weighing you down. Now visualize taking that backpack off one strap at a time, holding it in your hand, setting it down, putting it down on the ground. That's what forgiveness is. That's what self-forgiveness feels like. And letting go of all that weight. Yes, absolutely. You want to be able to let all of that go. You really do. What you also want to do is know how you feel about letting it go. And here is a mantra for self-forgiveness. You ready? Okay. I am worthy of love even when I make mistakes. I forgive myself and I move forward with wisdom and grace. Yes. See, self-forgiveness is a daily practice. It's not one and done. And the more that you practice, the more lighter you'll feel and the freer you'll become. Give yourself permission to be human. And at the end of the day, being human means being imperfect. We're all going to slip up. There's times where we're going to say the wrong thing, make a bad call, or take a detour we wish we hadn't. Those are the moments that don't define you. How you learn, heal, and grow from them does. Mistakes are proof. They are proof that you're trying, that you're learning, that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. So be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace and remember, your mistakes don't make you unworthy of love and success. They make you beautifully, wonderfully, powerfully human. They do. And so now, why is loving yourself through mistakes so powerful? Because you're going to call it your spiritual superpower. Absolutely. And here's why. You ready? Number one, it aligns with you and your divine love. Listen, if the divine God or source of the universe isn't out there, it's not out there holding on a grudge against you for every little misstep. Why are you? Loving yourself through mistakes means recognizing that you are already worthy. No conditions, no disclaimers. Your soul wasn't put here to be perfect. It was put here to learn, evolve, radiate love, and starting with yourself. Yes, loving yourself through mistakes is a spiritual superpower. If the creator of the universe can love you through your mess, you better believe you can too. Number two, it frees you from the prison of shame. Shame is like a spiritual quicksand. The more you struggle in it, the deeper you sink. And when you embrace self-love over self-punishment, you stop letting past mistakes define your future. You don't belong in the past. You belong in the present, creating a life that feels like freedom. Guilt and shame are heavy. Drop the baggage and pick up some self-compassion instead. It looks way better on you. And it is also self-compassion is lighter. It's lighter to carry around. Number 3, for your spiritual superpower of loving yourself through mistakes, it raises your energy and vibration. Ever notice how beating yourself feels like dragging around a sack of emotional bricks? That's because self-judgment lowers your spiritual vibration. And when you love yourself, even through the messy moments, you shift into a state of peace, self-acceptance, and divine alignment. And from that space, you attract more love, clarity, and opportunities into your life. You can't glow if you're stuck in self-doubt. It's time to dust yourself off and let yourself shine. It also deepens your spiritual growth. Number 4, mistakes aren't roadblocks. They're soul lessons in disguise. Every time you mess up and choose grace over guilt, you're growing in wisdom, resilience, and spiritual strength. This is how you evolve, how you expand, and how you step into your higher self. You're not here to be flawless. You're here to be fearless in your growth. Number 5, it strengthens your connection to others. Ever notice how the most real, authentic, inspiring people aren't the ones who claim to have it all together, but the ones who have fallen, they've learned, they've risen again. When you own your mistakes with love, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of grace, resilience, and self-compassion. All right, let's get real. Perfection's boring. Realness is magnetic. Own your story and watch how your light inspires you. Love yourself like the universe loves you. And at the end of the day, your soul didn't come here to play small, shrink in shame, or stay stuck in the past. You are a divine, growing, evolving, messy, beautiful masterpiece. Love yourself fully, even though the missteps, because every moment is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. So next time you make a mistake, give yourself some grace, and you'll give someone a way to love you. Because guess what? You are someone you should love. So give yourself the same grace that you would give somebody else, the same love. Give it to yourself. So let's get into a few of our how-tos because we like to set you up for success. So, how to love yourself through mistakes like a spiritual boss. First and foremost, talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Would you tell your best friend, wow, you're the worst. You'll never recover from that mistake. Might as well give up now. Absolutely not. You would not say those things. So why are you talking to yourself that way? Flip the script. When you can catch yourself spiraling in self-judgment, pause and ask, would I say this to someone I love? And if the answer is no, rewrite the narrative. Yes. Rewrite the narrative. Your inner dialogue should be uplifting, not a verbal smackdown. How about being your own hype person and not your own worst critic? Because we are our worst critics. Number 2, bless and release. Let that stuff go. Yes. Holding on to the past mistakes is like hoarding junk mail. It clutters your mind and serves no real purpose. If you wouldn't keep a stack of expired coupons, why are you keeping expired guilt? Let it go. Create a daily practice of releasing regrets, whether through prayer, journaling, or literally writing them down and burning the paper. Yes. Hey, the past called. It wants its energy back. No, you don't owe it a thing. Hang up. Delete the message. Delete the number. Block it. Yeah. Number 3, trust the divine timing of your own growth. You are not behind. No. You are not failing. No. You're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what your soul needs to learn. Mistakes aren't detours. They're part of the divine roadmap. Stop fighting the process and start trusting that every experience, yes, even the cringeworthy ones, is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. And the universe isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. Number 4, find your spiritual reset button. When a mistake has you feeling like you've been knocked off your path, hit the reset button. That could be meditating, going for a walk, dancing it out, or just taking 5 deep breaths. The goal is to shift your energy and realign you with your higher self. You don't have to stay stuck just because you tripped. Spirituality is like Wi-Fi. Sometimes you just need to unplug and reconnect. Number 5, surround yourself with soul nurturing people. Hello. Create your soulful your tribe. Create your tribe. You need real ones in your corner, people who will remind you that one mistake doesn't define you. Who will speak life into you when you're too hard on yourself? Who is that person? If your circle makes you feel worse about your missteps instead of encouraging you growth, find a new circle. Create your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So make your tribe stronger, right? The tribe that lifts you higher. Yes, absolutely. And number 6, make self-forgiveness a daily ritual. Forgiving yourself once is great. Making it a habit, woohoo, life-changing. Create a daily self-forgiveness practice. Maybe it's a mantra, a morning meditation, or even an evening reflection. The more you practice letting go with love, the easier it becomes. It's a muscle. Strengthen it with practice. Self-forgiveness isn't a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. Embrace it. Your soul is here to evolve, not to be perfect. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you're going to trip, stumble, fail, fall, and rise again. The key isn't avoiding mistakes. It's learning to love yourself through them. So give yourself grace, trust your journey, and keep growing. Because the more you love yourself, the brighter your light shines. From self-judgment to self-love? Absolutely. Let me take you back to a moment when I royally messed up, and I don't mean a little oops, I spilled my coffee moment. I mean a full-blown face plant. Hello. What was I thinking? This was like, what was I thinking kind of mistake. There was a time in my life when I made a bad decision. One of those that keeps you up at night, replaying the moment on a loop, kind of like a twisted movie that you didn't ask to star in, but I carried that mistake like a weight on my soul for weeks, maybe even months. Instead of seeing it as a lesson, I let it define me. I convinced myself I had ruined everything, that I wasn't worthy of moving forward, that I should have known better. I should have known better. And here's the shift that happened. One day I was sitting in my funk, drowning in my self-judgment, when a thought hit me. If I had a friend who made the exact same mistake, would I treat her the same way I was treating myself? Would I tell her, wow, you're awful. You'll never bounce back from this. Might as well pack it up. Heck no. I tell her, girl, you're human. You made a mistake. But that mistake isn't you. Learn from it. Let it go. Move forward. Excuse me. And let the queen that you are live. Yes. Be the queen that you are. So why wasn't I saying the same thing to myself? That's when I started practicing self-forgiveness. I took my mistake, looked it in the face, and instead of letting it own me, I decided I'm going to own it. And I asked myself, what did I learn from this? How can I grow from this? And most importantly, how can I move forward with love instead of shame? And let me tell you, that moment I let go of the judgment and embraced the lesson. That was a huge shift. And after I shifted, whew, I felt lighter, stronger, wiser. Wow. And I kind of wondered, is it really that easy? Yes. Yes, it is. That mistake didn't break me, it built me. And now it's part of my story, and it's not my identity. I no longer identify with it. So this is all about reframing our mistakes as growth. My mistake wasn't a dead end. It was a detour to wisdom. Letting go of the past failures. Once I stopped letting go, the mistake that I thought defined me, I freaked myself because I told it doesn't define me. And I also created that self-forgiveness practice. I made it a habit of speaking to myself with love, just like I would if I spoke to my friend. Your mistakes are not your identity. Don't let them define you. And so let me ask you, are you holding on to past mistakes like it's part of who you are? Because it's not. It's something that you went through, not who you are. You are not your failures. You are your growth. So next time you slip, take a deep breath and remind yourself. And that's our affirmation that we did earlier. I release the past and embrace my growth. Yes. Because trust me, the moment you let go of the guilt and step into grace, your entire world shifts. While searching for a quote for this session, this is what I came up with. Hold on to yourselves because this is a doozy. You either get bitter or you get better. It's that simple. Take what has been sent to break you and use it to build you. And that's from Unknown. That's definitely a big, tough love moment. Because sometimes we don't want to hear that, but we do end up being bitter. You know, we're turning our mistakes into growth. Every mistake, every setback, every moment where you feel like you have fallen flat on your face, it's a choice. You could either let it make you become bitter, where you're stuck in self-judgment, shame, or regret, or you could let it make you better, wiser, stronger, more compassionate towards yourself. Mistakes don't break you. Your mindset about them does. When something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, am I going to sit here and replay this mistake like a bad song on repeat? Spiritual growth isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning how to love yourself through them. It's about taking what was meant to hold you back and turning it into a stepping stone for growth. So every time you stumble, remember this. The lesson is always greater than the loss. Choose to get better, not bitter. So think of a time when you let a mistake hold you back. What would you have changed if you have chosen to see it as a lesson instead of a failure? And what can you take from today's session and apply it into your life right now? Your past doesn't define you. Your growth does. And honey, you are growing beautifully. This is our session for today, and I hope that you feel empowered. Oh boy, we covered a lot. And remember, you are not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by how you rise from them. Mistakes are your teachers, not your sentence. It's not your sentence. and I'm here to tell you, you've got this. And before we wrap, I want to take a moment for you to commit to moving forward with some grace and not guilt. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take out a piece of paper, or you could do it on your phone, but I want you to write down one mistake that you've been holding on to. And I want you to reframe it. What lesson did it teach you? How did it make you better? Keep this note wherever you can see it. And every time that mistake tries to creep it back in, read your reframe lesson and remind yourself that you are growing, not failing. And the other thing I want you to do is to create a self-forgiveness ritual for yourself. Whether it's saying a simple mantra every morning, I forgive myself and I embrace my growth, or journaling about what you are letting go of each week. Make sure that you've got a solid practice in place to release the past and move forward. And finally, I want you to be kind to yourself. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every small step forward counts. You're a work in progress, and that's what makes you absolutely fabulous. And until next time, keep smiling, keep growing, and keep loving yourself, because you've got this. And I'm here to keep cheering you on all the way, each and every week. So a quick sneak peek into next week. Yep, we are expanding love to others. Next week, we'll be talking about all the love that we've been cultivating within and letting it spill over to the world. Because let's face it, your love is powerful. And when you love yourself, it's only natural that it overflows to the people around you. It'll be week 4, and we're going to be diving into the magic of how self-love enhances our ability to love others. And we'll talk about healthy boundaries, because loving yourself means knowing when to say yes and when to say no from a place of power and not guilt. And of course, we'll explore how everyday acts of kindness create ripple effects of love everywhere we go. And we're going to uncover how self-love is the foundation for all relationships, romantic, familiar, and friendships. We're going to be setting boundaries with confidence, not fear, so you can show up as your best self. And how about spreading that love in a simple yet profound way, making the world a little brighter? Yes, we're going to turn inner love into action, because the world could sure use a lot more of your shine and your love. And don't forget to say this affirmation with me. My love flows freely to myself and others. Yes. And then remember, we have our special programs. And the first one is our 7 strategies to cultivating inner peace and fulfillment. Yep, this is a beautiful program to guide you through the principles and strategies designed to help you cultivate a calm mind, break free from negativity, and find peace. Yes, deep, lasting fulfillment in every aspect of your life. And you can grab that at our website. And we also have our wonderful ebook, The Path to Calm and Clarity, The Gifts of Intentional Breathing. Hello. Breathing is important, everyone. You want to go ahead and grab that copy at saylorsjourney.com. And we have one more beautiful thing to share with you, our 20-day challenge. Absolutely. This 20-day challenge is to help you each and every day, right? To be a better version of yourself. This is for our emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Once again, you could grab that at our website. And I just want to say thank you for joining me in this sacred space today. And this is a reminder that this is not a one-time thing. Self-love isn't just something that we practice when we're in the mood. It's a way of being. It is a lifestyle. It's how we show up for ourselves day in and day out. Absolutely. Let's continue this month with open hearts, ready to embrace the incredible person that you are meant to be, especially the one that you visualized during our meditation. The one who is worthy of all the love that we can give. Until next time, love yourself fiercely. It's been a pleasure and a blessing to be your spiritual leader today. And remember, make sure that you tune in every Saturday for our spiritual connection. And if for any reason you have missed one of our episodes, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our website. And you're going to want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the details that we're putting together. And once again, until we meet, make sure that you are loving yourself fiercely.